In this episode, we'll uncover 7 mythical creatures that blur the line between folklore and reality, from the enchanting mermaid to the terrifying barghest. Stay until the end, because the last one is truly unsettling. Welcome to Wendigo Whisper. 1. The Loch Ness Monster. For centuries, people around Scotland's Loch Ness have whispered about something moving beneath the dark water. Early accounts speak of a creature rising like a living shadow, its long neck cutting through the mist before slipping silently below. Boatmen told stories of ripples spreading across still water with no wind to guide them. Some claimed they saw a massive humped back drifting just under the surface, following their vessels at a patient, measured pace. No proof, only fear, and a story that refused to fade. Science has offered several explanations. Waves trapped between temperature layers can imitate large shapes. Logs can rise unexpectedly from the lake's depths. Animals surfacing at a distance distort into impossible silhouettes. Modern sonar scans reveal deep trenches that create strange acoustic illusions. According to researchers, nothing monstrous lives there at all. Yet doubts persist. Some sonar sweeps have detected moving objects larger than any known fish in the lake. Occasionally, the water still erupts without warning, leaving perfect rings behind. Locals say those moments happen when the loch awakens, and something massive shifts just out of sight. But Nessie is only the beginning, because what haunts North American folklore during famine and brutal winters is far more unsettling. If these legends stir your curiosity, subscribe now. More creatures wait in the shadows, and each story leads deeper into the unknown. 2. Wendigo. In the cold forests of North America, hunters feared a creature that once was human but became something hollow and hungry. Stories describe the Wendigo as towering, gaunt, its ribs visible beneath skin stretched too tightly over bone. Some tales claim it moves with unnatural speed, appearing between trees in a blur before vanishing again. People spoke of voices calling their names at night, soft imitations meant to lure them deeper into the dark. Campsites were found abandoned, fires still burning, as though someone had been dragged away. Scientists trace the legend to starvation, isolation, and psychological collapse in brutal winters. Extreme cold can distort sound, creating the illusion of whispers in the woods. Animal tracks warp in snow, creating shapes that look disturbingly human. Fear can reshape the mind far faster than any creature can. But the doubts remain. Rangers still report eerie cries echoing through frozen valleys where no animals roam. Some describe tall shapes standing motionless between the trees at dusk, watching. And once or twice each winter, a hunter goes missing, leaving only wide, frantic tracks leading deeper into the wilderness. 3. The mermaid. Sailors once swore that beautiful figures surfaced beside their ships, gliding effortlessly through moonlit waters. They described long hair floating around graceful faces, voices rising in soft melodies that drew men toward the railings. Some claimed the creatures beckoned with gentle smiles before plunging into the depths, tempting sailors to follow. Others told darker stories. Ships found empty at dawn, crew missing, and only the sound of distant singing drifting across the waves. Science suggests these tales grew from distant sightings of manatees or seals seen by exhausted sailors under harsh conditions. Mirages on warm seas can create shapes that mimic human silhouettes. Long voyages and isolation often blur dreams with reality. Yet the mystery lingers. Modern divers occasionally report encountering swift, humanoid shadows deep underwater, moving with fluid precision that no known animal displays. Sonar recordings have captured melodic patterns unlike any marine species. A few fishing crews insist something once circled their boat, surfacing briefly with eyes far too intelligent. Reality or fantasy, no one can say, but the ocean still sings to those willing to listen. 4. Titanoboa. Deep in the swamps of South America, ancient cultures told stories of colossal serpents sliding through marshes, creating waves that rippled across still water. Villagers whispered of shapes coiling beneath canoes and shadows thick as tree trunks moving at night. No one had proof, only fear, and tales of a serpent so massive it ruled the rivers long before humans arrived. Science later confirmed the truth behind the legend. Prehistoric fossils revealed Titanoboa, a serpent over 12 meters long, thick as an oil drum, capable of crushing crocodiles with ease. Researchers argue that modern sightings stem from unusually large anacondas or misjudged shapes distorted by water and distance. Temperature changes in the swamps can also create illusions of moving coils that seem alive. Yet the uncertainty persists. Remote hunters describe boat-sized ripples traveling against the current. Motion sensors have captured heat signatures far larger than any documented snake. And in flooded forests untouched by roads, some claim to have seen a thick, sinuous body slip silently into the reeds. Whether these reports echo an ancient memory or something that never truly vanished remains unknown. 5. Barghest. Across the misty moors of northern England, travellers once warned of a monstrous black dog with glowing eyes. They claimed the barghest appeared without sound, its enormous silhouette forming between drifting fog banks. Those who encountered it spoke of a chilling growl and the sense that the creature followed them for miles, always keeping just out of torchlight. Some said its appearance foretold death, others that it hunted those who wandered too far from the road. Legends even tell of chains dragging across the ground, though no metal was ever found, and of footprints that vanished the moment one tried to follow them. Science suggests these accounts arose from wolves long extinct in the region, amplified by fear and low visibility. Fog can distort shape and depth, making ordinary animals appear impossibly large. Eyewitness memory, especially at night, often exaggerates details. But the mystery survives. Modern hikers continue reporting massive canine shadows trailing behind them on moonless nights. Some claim they hear soft paws pacing just beyond sight, matching every step they take. And occasionally, motorists describe bright eyes reflecting from the roadside, much higher off the ground than any natural predator. Something still walks the moors when the fog thickens. 6. Aspidochelone. Medieval sailors told of an island that was not an island at all. They described landing on a vast stretch of rock rising from the sea, only to have the ground tremble beneath them. Fires lit for cooking extinguished as the surface shifted. Then, slowly, the island began to sink. Screams filled the air as sailors realized they stood on the back of a massive creature sliding into the deep. Some swore they felt the breath of the beast rising through cracks in the stone, warm and rhythmic, like the pulse of the ocean itself. They called it the aspidochelone, a creature so immense its shell mimicked land itself. Science explains the legend through volcanic islands that rise and fall unpredictably, floating pumice rafts, and the behavior of large whales near the surface. Heat, gas, and shifting currents can make the sea behave as though something enormous lurks below. Even experienced navigators can mistake natural movements of the Earth for signs of a colossal living body. But some reports defy these explanations. A few historical logs described entire ships dragged downward after anchoring near seemingly solid formations. Other accounts tell of the sea suddenly flattening, as though a great shape had risen just beneath the surface, waiting. Perhaps the ocean still hides giants that challenge our imagination. 7. Umibōzu. Japanese fishermen feared a looming figure that rose from calm seas on moonless nights. They described the umibōzu as a dark, round-headed shadow emerging silently beside their boats, towering above the waves. Some swore its massive arm, shaped like a column of black water, could overturn a ship in a single, sweeping motion. Survivors recalled black eyes staring from a featureless face before the creature slipped back into the darkness. A few even spoke of the sea itself seeming to hold its breath, as though waiting for the spirit to decide their fate. Other legends add a more unsettling detail. The umibōzu demands a bucket or long-handled ladle from the crew. With it, the creature begins flooding the boat until it sinks. According to the rare sailors who escaped, there is only one way to survive. Offer the spirit a vessel pierced with a small hole, forcing it to pour endlessly while the ship flees in the chaos. Science attributes these tales to rogue waves, deep-sea mammals surfacing unexpectedly, or hallucinations triggered by exhaustion on long voyages. Temperature inversions can also produce silhouettes that seem to rise unnaturally from the ocean's surface. In poor visibility, even ordinary movements of water can appear purposeful and alive. Still, the doubts linger. Sailors describe waters falling silent before a massive shadow lifts beneath them, smoothing the sea as though time itself has paused. Some report circular ripples forming around their boats, with no wind and no current to shape them. Elders say the umibōzu watches from the threshold between worlds and steps through when the night is darkest. The world's oceans and forests hold more secrets than science can comfortably explain. If you want to keep exploring the shadows where myth and reality collide, subscribe to Wendigo Whisper and return for the next descent into the unknown.